The Joe Rogan Experience.
But what's interesting is it's always going to be dependent upon a single individual personality that people find appealing.
That is tough.
Is where we are as a country.
Yeah.
I mean, and when someone gets chopped down, boy, they get chopped down. Like Kamala Harris, when Tulsi Gabbard took her out at the hamstrings, that's a wrap, baby.
Tulsi, we salute you for taking down Kamala.
I mean, dude, everybody was saying she's the one. She's going to run it. And Tulsi,
I even thought she would have a stronger run than she did. And she didn't.
Fell apart.
But did you see?
Tulsi made her fall apart. It's fascinating. She just shrunk into the shadows like, oh, and your little dog, too. Just,
Did you see the last debate? Because that was like peak. Okay, she's done now.
Oh, yeah.
Because what was her main issue? It was so hilarious to watch this. Her main issue that she decided, I'm going to take a stand on this in the debate.
On Trump with Twitter.
Was she was begging Elizabeth Warren, why don't you support banning Trump from Twitter? I mean, we're talking about two different sets of rules. The most powerful man in the world is violating the terms of service.
Why did she think that was something to hang her hat on?
She's surrounded by absolute morons who are Democratic strategists in Washington, D.C., and they think, okay, you have to outflank Elizabeth Warren on her left on some issue, so use this issue and try to make it seem like you're standing up for the little guy and you're standing up for rules being applied evenly. Joe, I know, man, because even to people who are on the left, that looks like you're just begging for the mods.
Well, the real problem is she never did deny what Tulsi said, and she can't.
Oh, you're about her record and how terrible her record is.
The record was awful. The fact
Absolutely.
That what she did with schools is the most disgusting.
The truancy thing?
Yes. Where she
the truancy
threatened
thing is bad.
Single moms with jail if their kids didn't go to school. And she joked around about it at these meetings. She joked around about it and in conferences, about how she cleaned it up. And she just had cops knocking on the door. Ha, ha, ha. It was
bad.
Disturbing.
Yeah. What was even worse is there was somebody who was found not guilty on something. They were wrongfully imprisoned, found not guilty on something when it came back up. And then Kamala Harris didn't let him out and kept him in on a technicality and said, oh, your paperwork wasn't filed in the proper time frame or whatever it was.
On purpose herself. She did it herself.
Yes. This is the story that broke.
And why did she do that?
I don't know. I have no idea, but this is one of the things that, Tulsi was shining a spotlight on.
One of the things that Tulsi said, which they use them for cheap labor for the state of California, and she didn't deny any of that.
Because her record is abysmal on this stuff. I mean, there's no defending it.
It's amazing that she got to this prominent position without any of that being exposed, and Tulsi exposed it, just like click, turn the lights on.
Well, look at the Steve Mnuchin thing. This is one that we've known for a while. So Steve Mnuchin was part of Goldman Sachs. He was also the head of One West Bank here in California. And what happened was, during the subprime mortgage crisis and the Great Recession, they were illegally foreclosing on people early and kicking them out of their homes in violation of the law. And so Kamala Harris, it was recommended by her own office, you got to prosecute this guy. Look at what he's doing. She didn't do it. Why? Because he's a big Democratic donor and he was giving money to Democrats at the time. Now, by the way, just in case anybody thinks, oh, this is just a partisan issue and only the Democrats are bad, Steve Mnuchin is in the Trump administration.
Yeah, well,
he picked him.
He's hilarious.
So it's a big club and you ain't in it, is the point, to steal from George Carlin.
Remember when his wife was taking all these fucking Instagram photos with all the shit she had on private jets and stuff?
They look like Bond villains, bro.
She had gloves on.
They're Bond villains.
She's got gloves on.
Holding money with the gloves.
Who the fuck wears those gloves that go down to your elbows? If you look
Bond
at those
villains.
gloves. Yeah.
Thank you.
Come on, man. She's holding up money. She probably feels dirty holding up ones. Ew. But the fact that she's wearing those goddamn gloves, like, oh my God. And the fact that she looks like she should be fucking a football player or something. She doesn't look like she should be fucking that guy.
He's got a gazillion dollars, so that's why.
Kind of hilarious, right? When you look at the disparity in beauty.
Well, these are the assholes who really run the economy. Goldman Sachs really runs the economy. Goldman Sachs, it was proven that they committed fraud at a massive level. What they would do is...
I'm going to order us a coffee if you'd like one.
Sure, I'll take one.
Something wrong with our coffee machine. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Go ahead. So explain.
So anyway, Steve Mnuchin and Goldman Sachs, it was found that in the lead up to the subprime mortgage crisis and the Great Recession, here's what they would do, Joe. They would sell to unsuspecting clients these packages of subprime mortgages, but they were rated AAA. And they would sell them these packages saying, hey man, listen, this is a great long-term investment. It's safe. You're going to make a lot of money. At the same time Goldman Sachs was doing that, they would turn around and bet on those packages that they just sold as if they were awesome. They would bet on those packages to fail. So that's fraud. They were making money in two different ways. I'm going to sell you the package and make money. Okay. And then on the other hand, I'm going to bet on this same package I just sold you to fail. That's like a car salesman saying, oh, I'm going to sell you this car and this car works wonderfully. Everything's good.
It's an amazing car.
Amazing car, tremendous car, the most unbelievable car.
The greatest car the world's ever known.
It's the perfect car, really. So it's like
you got the fingers down.
Salesman doing that, Joe, and then the salesman also betting his buddy that car is going to break down before it gets out of the lot.
Right.
So these are criminals, Joe. And the thing is, it's Democrats and Republicans who are propping them up. The Wall Street bailout cost $14 trillion. Why is it we could spend money on that, but we can't have an infrastructure deal that gives our country an A-plus infrastructure? I want us to have the number one infrastructure in the world. You had Elon Musk on not too long ago. He's working on this thing called the Hyperloop.
Yeah.
The Hyperloop is supposed to be the future of travel, where you kind of get in a pod and it's vacuum powered and you can go from New York to LA in like 3 hours or whatever it is on the ground. Why don't we have that everywhere in this country? Why don't we have bridges that are fixed? Why don't we have awesome roads? Why can't we go to airports and feel national pride and say this airport's absolutely beautiful?